The calendar flips to September and USL Championship. Just 8 Saturdays remaining in the regular season. Two clubs hoping a new month leads to new fortune. San Antonio FC, New Mexico United, here tonight on FanDuel Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening. We say hello from the broadcast booth along with Katie Goodman. I'm Dan Weiss. It's great to have you with us. And Katie, San Antonio, New Mexico, they are very happy to see August in their rearview mirror. Yes, it's been a tough month for both teams. And if you're going to play any team at the end of a rough month, it's another team that's had a rough month, right? So, I mean, look at these stats, 0-3-3, 0-2-2 for New Mexico. It's just been so tough. In a whole month, 3 for San Antonio, 4 goals for United. I mean, that's tough. New Mexico is winless in their last 7 in USL Championship play. They haven't scored in 183 minutes, and San Antonio FC was fortunately able to snap their 362-minute scoreless streak on a penalty by Jorge Hernandez last Saturday in Detroit. These clubs are so familiar with each other. This has been a great rivalry ever since New Mexico joined USL Championship, and the 2 matches have been fun this year. That they have, and it's a really similar style of play. 2 teams who love to possess and who, do really well in run of play. And you see where New Mexico has really been fortunate has been at the end of matches. 2 goals in stoppage time on June 21st, their last win to put the game away against San Antonio, and then here in Jägermeister Cup play the 2 goals in stoppage time that ended up salvaging what was a win for New Mexico United. It didn't matter much. San Antonio FC ended up winning that match, Katie, but you can't sleep on New Mexico, and you can't sleep on New Mexico here because they've got a history of scoring big goals late at Toyota Field. Big goals when it counts. San Antonio has done so well in the first half of both of those matches, and then, as you said, gave up some late goals. Part of that is just lack of concentration, I think, on defense, not paying attention to the game in transition, and so it's getting a little more stitched tight here tonight. Well, both teams in dire need of 3 points as they've been dipping down the Western Conference table, and Ashley Habits on the other side will have more with Mitchell Tainer about that. We got starting 11 and kick coming up on the other side. San Antonio, New Mexico United here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2025 Tundra SR5 for $469 a month for 36 months. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
With over 40 flavors, there's an H-E-B Creamy Creations flavor for every craving in Texas. Just one more reason. Here, everything's better.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the 4s.
San Antonio FC Soccer on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Almost feels like fall here this evening at Toyota Field. Week 28 of USL Championship play. San Antonio FC, New Mexico United meeting for the 3rd time. We take a look at our Rico starting lineups for tonight's match. New Mexico will see their captain, Kalen Ryden, return to the starting 11 for the first time since June 14th. He missed significant portion of the summer with a broken collarbone. And United winless in their last 7 matches coming into tonight. San Antonio FC. Nelson Flores Blanco on the left side tonight will make his first start and first appearance since June 21st, which might be a good omen for New Mexico because that was their last win, and it came against San Antonio at the Isotope Park in Albuquerque. And San Antonio sitting 6th in the table. New Mexico just above the playoff line, sitting in 8th. And for more on that, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our crew, Ashley B. Habits.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, the table right now is tight. SAFC currently sitting at 6th place with 30 points. But don't let that fool you. There is a lot of room for movement between these teams. The outcome tonight could drastically elevate a team or drastically drop a team. This week at training, it was very obvious that the team is operating under the same assumption that every game from here on out is a must-win. I caught up with Mitch Tainer, and he said these points just mean more right now. We have to do what it takes to win no matter what. Dan, I would anticipate a must-win mentality tonight.
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I mean, Katie, you talk about both these clubs. I mean, the last time they met, the Jägermeister Cup match back on July 26th, SAFC was 2nd in the Western Conference table. New Mexico was 3rd, and it has just been a gradual slide down the table to the point right now where New Mexico is essentially tied for the last playoff spot, and San Antonio is out of a top 4 spot really for the first time all summer.
And it speaks to just how good the team was early on, right? I mean, they were really firing on all cylinders, both sides. I remember watching some of those early New Mexico United games thinking they're going to dominate the league. They had a lot of creativity up top. Really unfortunate that they lost Fernando to international play, and so I think losing that key piece helped, cause some struggle. Of course, you've got the injuries, and it's injuries on both sides. Both teams plagued by really similar issues.
We are underway from Toyota Field along with Katie Goodman, Ashley B. Habits, our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us on FanDuel Sports Network. San Antonio FC and New Mexico United meeting for the 3rd time this year. It's because one of those matches coming in group play in the USL Jägermeister Cup. San Antonio FC has not beaten New Mexico since August of 2023. So it's been over 2 years. Mexico sweeping the regular season series last year, winning the first match in the regular season series this year, which was New Mexico's last win back on June 21st, and then drawing San Antonio late, winning on penalties in that group stage match of the Jägermeister Cup here on the 26th of July.
Talk about both of those games, San Antonio losing both those games, but it almost felt like it was stolen from them there in those final minutes. All those goals coming in late after the 90-minute mark, and when you look at least the first 70, 80 minutes, it was really in San Antonio's favor, and that's why you got to seal the deal on those, because then you get to towards the end of the season near playoffs, and every point counts.
As Will Seymour, the right back, getting forward. Here's Dayon Harris flanked out wide. Harris sent one well beyond goal of Daniel Damani, who makes his 3rd consecutive start. And that's kind of been the underlying narrative here for both these clubs, Katie, is that they have gone each to their backup keepers over the last few weeks. Damani making his 3rd consecutive start, and on the other side, Chris Shakes, the backup keeper, making his 5th consecutive start for New Mexico United.
And the usual starters on the bench and available, and so you can see here that they are definitely earning their spot, and really glad to see Damani out here. I think it's a well-deserved start for him. He has been pretty consistent every time he's been called upon. Great mentality, that next man up mentality, and that's what it takes.
Alex Tambakis, the normal starting keeper for New Mexico United. I mean, here's a guy who's 2nd all-time in USL Championship in saves and in shutouts, and he's on the bench once again. And that, ironically, all started after the Jägermeister Cup match. They got routed 4-0 in Hartford and have been on a tailspin ever since. They gave up 5 goals the following week against Tulsa. And so Chris Shakes on here over these last 4 matches. He's kind of settled everybody down. Dennis Sanchez kind of just looking for a better defensive effort. And they played well last Saturday against Sacramento. Just a couple of goals that got away from them. But it was the Saturday prior where they played to a 0-0 draw against Louisville City, one of the best in USL Championship. That's probably been their best match here over the last couple of months.
I had a chance to talk to Coach Sanchez about that and, you know, how they were able to get a result against such a strong team. And he said, we just got a little more compact than usual, created problems. We chose to give up some possession in certain areas. I think you can see a little bit of that here. The pressure's not too high. They're still allowing San Antonio to play back. And what that does is it eliminates teams to get out behind them in transition.
Kalen Ryden will give it back to Chris Shakes, who he played his soccer at Penn State. He's a Parkland, Florida native. This is his 9th career match with New Mexico United after joining the club last season following the completion of his college career. Sergio Rivas. A couple of changes tonight for Dennis Sanchez with Sergio Rivas in the starting 11. It's only his 4th start this season. Deon Harris making his first start. Harris, of course, had the equalizer in the 9th minute of stoppage time in that match here on July 26th. In his first game back after suffering a torn Achilles last season.
Half the battle of making your way into postseason and staying on top of standings is just keeping your guys healthy. And unfortunately, both teams plagued by injury. You know, at least so far for San Antonio FC, not as bad as last season. I mean, I think we saw multiple academy players in starting positions because they just didn't have anyone to pull from.
Carlos Llamosa looking on here, and the injury list, though, it continues to get a little bit longer. We already know, of course, about the season-ending injury to Andres Paredes. Alex Crognale was just underwent surgery last week for that shoulder injury we saw in the last match here at home against Hartford Athletic. And so his timetable is certainly off in the distance. And then a couple of new names popped up on the injury report that we haven't seen this year. Jake LaCava and Lucio Beron both added to the injury report as well, along with Mohamed Omar, who is on international duty for Somalia playing in World Cup qualifiers. So you're really going deep into the bench here tonight for San Antonio FC to try to salvage some points here against New Mexico.
Yeah, and that's not just injuries anywhere, it's key players. You know, Paredes really contributing so much, especially in the Jägermeister Cup.
Jorge Hernandez gives it a go wide. Even though the injuries are long for SAFC, the injured list is here, and Ashley B. Habits has got more on the guys here tonight for SAFC.
That's right, Dan. You mentioned Alex Crognale undergoing that successful surgery for that left shoulder injury. I actually saw him down here during pregame. He looked like he was in good spirits, but he did have a full arm sling on, so he was doing his best to support the team with high fives with his good hand. But he did look like he was in good spirits tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. I mean, that was a devastating injury in a match against Hartford that was a Jägermeister Cup match, so not regular season. We saw it up here. We knew it was bad when Crognale went off. As Jorge Hernandez sends that in on the service from the corner. SAFC unable to hold serve inside, and then Nelson Flores Blanco will take it wide. New Mexico will reclaim possession here, and you know, those shoulder injuries, depending on the grade, they can be quick. But you know, you're talking surgery. You're talking obviously an extended absence from one of your best players.
And they can be really tricky too. I mean, I know a lot of people who've had torn rotator cuffs, and it just plagues them throughout their career. But you know, hoping that Crognale can make a successful recovery. I'm sure he will, but it's going to take time, that's for sure.
Good turn by New Mexico as they move upfield. Here's Deon Harris, corner of the box, as he runs on Flores Blanco. Tries to play it back across the face of goal. That's defended out by San Antonio FC.
Going back to Crognale, that's an injury in a really key spot. He's pretty much the leader of the back line back there, he and Mitch Tainer. And then, of course, you have Omar out, key spaces. And then Lucio Beron, who's been such a big deal as a defensive midfielder, really keeping San Antonio in it a lot of times.
SAFC is fortunate to have some actual depth at that center back position with a guy like Alexis Suahi, who could start for a lot of teams in USL Championship. He's just been looking for his opportunity, and it's finally come with the unfortunate injury to Crognale, and gets a chance against his old team here tonight in a starting role. One-time starter for New Mexico United a couple of years ago. Get a foul here against New Mexico, and a free kick awarded to San Antonio. Center referee tonight is Alyssa Pennington, working alongside our assistants Ricardo Ocampo and Jacobo Zuniga. The fourth official is Edgar Garcia.
It's also good to see Nelson Flores Blanco out there tonight. I mean, when you think of last season and earlier this season, between him and Jorge, you can see they're parked over on the left side. A quick replay of that foul, and great call there from the ref. But you can see both of them camped out on this left side, and it's because the magic they're able to create. They're so great together. And then I would add that Nicky Hernandez also plays with that similar style.
It's a yellow to Carlos Mogul Jr., who's making his New Mexico United debut, as Chris Shakes will let this one ride out. Mogul Jr. arriving on a transfer from Louisville City, where he's spent the entirety of his career. 50 matches so far for the 22-year-old from Shelbyville, Kentucky. Kind of went through their academy system in Louisville before eventually landing here in New Mexico a couple of weeks ago, trying to add some depth in that kind of attacking midfielder role where New Mexico just really has not been able to find much of an answer this year. They've got the goal scorers up top in Greg Hurst and Thomas Among. They've added some pieces in Valentin Noel coming over from Las Vegas, and now Mogul Jr. is another guy in that role as well, too, as the offside flag is up here on Sergio Rivas.
Valentin Noel, a name known across the USL Championship, and obviously not shocked that he's done so much in such little time. I think you can expect a lot more from him before the season is out. Really great timing on that addition, but when it comes to the collective offense, I think things need to be connecting a little bit better and stronger, a little bit more creativity there up top. I've seen it time and time again with them. They get just a little bit stagnant, and I think part of that is the overall possession game that they have. It's not really putting their forwards in the best spots sometimes.
They're number one in the league in possession, 85% in terms of passing accuracy, and 62% possession overall for the season. So they're good with the ball at their feet, but as you and I often talk about, it's about purpose with the ball at your feet, not just knocking around the back to up your possession numbers.
Exactly. They actually gave up a goal against Sacramento, doing something that we've seen before, which is you get caught in the corner and you're trying to possess your way out of it. You turn it over in a bad spot and it gives up a goal. And so, you know, possession is great, but it needs to be with intent, and you still need to move forward.
It's going to be a foul on Juan Agudelo, who's trying to get past the veteran Kalen Ryden, who tonight appears in his 237th career USL Championship match. We, of course, had Mitchell Tainer cross over 250 USL Championship matches a couple of weeks ago in Monterey Bay. Kalen Ryden coming up that list as well, too. And, you know, Dennis Sanchez is happy to have Kalen Ryden back, because they haven't won since Kalen Ryden went out with a collarbone injury.
He had mentioned that on the call. He said, I mean, you don't ever want to blame it on one player, but that's a significant change.
Nicky Hernandez, former New Mexico United midfielder, unable to break through. And Rivas. New Mexico pinned a little bit back inside their own end here so far early. Greg Hurst unable to settle. Jorge Hernandez deflecting it forward. Hernandez converting from the spot in the first half last Saturday at Detroit. That snapped a 362-minute scoreless drought for SAFC. Jorge getting his team-leading 8th goal of the season. He begins the night tied for 12th in the Golden Boot race. And he's 9th in the USL in chances created. This is a good-looking opportunity. And the chance is defended away. San Antonio FC was trying to open up their account here early tonight.
Defended well there by Kip Keller, just to deny that one. A familiar face, having played at Austin FC during that time when San Antonio FC had their big win against them in the U.S. Open Cup a couple years ago. He's gone on to do a lot of really incredible things since then, playing for Minnesota United, FC Cincinnati, and actually encountered Coach Sanchez there at Austin FC.
That chance, by the way, coming from the newest SAFC player, Kyle Linares, who just joined the club. This is his second match, first here at home. Linares, who came over from the Portland Timbers system. He spent the first 2 years of his career with Timbers too. Jorge Hernandez taking all the strides. His shot is blocked at the top of the box.
Unlucky there. He had a beautiful diagonal run incoming from Linares. Just perfect. Just a little diagonal pass would have set him up perfectly. great vision there from the outside wing.
Linares 13 goals in 49 matches with Timbers too. He was an All-Big East selection at Georgetown University and a former second-round pick in the Major League Soccer Super Draft by Portland Timbers back in 24. So he makes his Toyota Field debut here tonight. Again, you've got two clubs here as of late that we showed you at the top on the graphic that are struggling to score. Just 3 goals in the month of August for SAFC, just 4 goals for New Mexico United in the month of August.
Well, it's tough when there's a constant rotation in the lineup. Both teams haven't had the same lineup, I think, in a month or two.
Mogul Jr. A foul committed here by SAFC. It's Landry Walker who will concede the opportunity in the free kick. By the way, congratulations to Landry Walker. A couple weeks ago, Monterey Bay became the youngest starter ever for San Antonio FC in their 10-year history, and he was the youngest starter this season in all of USL Championship.
And he's done such a great job just filling in that role, calling, you know, the shots when needed. It's learning and trial by fire, really, when you're that age. Just the gap between physicality at that time and experience, and he's done really well.
Especially, as you often point out, playing with that wristband that he's been playing with all season.
I don't know how he does it.
Set piece opportunity with Deon Harris over the ball. He'll leave it off here, and Daniel Namani will let this one ride wide of the net off the shot from Carlos Mogul Jr.
Namani, 81.8 save percentage, 9 saves on the season. You know, and you look at him, and you know, why is he just now getting the start? I think potentially could be height disadvantage is maybe why he's been overlooked, but I think either way he has proven his quality and has got the starting spot here. Also, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. We've got 2 technically second-string starters here starting tonight, but there could be some injuries or little pains coming from the usual starting goalkeepers, right? And it's just playing who you've got, who's going to be the best for the match.
Namani got his second clean sheet at Monterey Bay 2 Saturdays ago. Did concede the equalizer in the second half last Saturday in Detroit. San Antonio FC will concede the throw here. SAFC, what has been well documented, has been their kind of below standard play here at Toyota Field. 11 matches, 5 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw. And not many home matches remaining here, Katie, in this regular season. They've got 3 here in the month of September, and then just 1 in the entire month of August, or of October, beg your pardon.
It feels like the whole thing has flown by at warp speed, and you know, when you think of SAFC losing, it shocks people because it's just not something that happens often, and speaks to their quality from previous seasons.
Rivas, top of the box there, looking for Deon Harris, and well played there by Jorge Hernandez, showing he can play both sides of the field. Look at him just dancing and toying with the former SAFC midfielder Zico Bailey there.
Gotta love the confidence. I think, hope he remembers he's there in the box, very close to his goal, but the confidence either way helped him to get out of that sticky spot.
Hernandez getting his 12th career goal with SAFC last Saturday. 12 goals, 21 assists for Jorge. Take a look here at the foul on Juan Agudelo. Road of the back there of Kip Keller, and it'll set up another New Mexico set-piece opportunity here past the first quarter hour of the match.
Hard to know what to do when you've got a diving header diving in front of you. I mean, all you can do is trip over him.
Carlos Mogul Jr. over the ball here along with Deon Harris. Just inside the midfield line. Mogul Jr. made 9 appearances for Louisville City. Setting it up in the direction there of Kip Keller, and it's a foul against the Mexico back line. That was getting forward. Keller coming over from Minnesota United. He was the number 5 overall pick by Austin FC back in the 2022 MLS Super Draft, native of St. Louis. Adding some stability. Remember, they traded Anthony Herbert away to Las Vegas in the deal that brought them Valentin Noel, so needed to kind of solidify some depth there on the back end. Obviously with the injury to Kalen Ryden as well. So now they've got some good depth there on that back 4 that Dennis Sanchez likes to play with. Keller's been good since arriving from Minnesota. Meanwhile, San Antonio on the attack. This one intended for Agudelo is snatched along the pitch there by Chris Shakes.
Great work from San Antonio to just take advantage of the space there on that right flank and build out. Big part of that is Llanera is just able to connect there and put it forward. I'm loving what I'm seeing there from him on that right side. But going back to what we just saw with Kip Keller, I think he pulled a play out of Mitch Tainer's playbook, that backside redirect. We've seen them get a goal from that recently. So, you know, we're going to see more of that.
Reese Buckmaster coming away with the interception, and then he's fouled by Valentin Noel. And Noel's another former first-round pick by Austin FC, 20th overall back in 2023. 1 goal in 5 matches since being reunited with Dennis Sanchez. Was his coach last year with Las Vegas Lights, where he had his most success in USL Championship, though he was very good for Austin FC 2 of MLS Next Pro as well. San Antonio FC on the free kick. Just under 20 minutes into this one, 0-0 here at Toyota Field. Valuable points for both these clubs coming down the home stretch of the 2025 regular season. Hernandez. That back post, and Suahi went down, was looking for the penalty, and Suahi will get a yellow for dissent after not receiving the call.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, understandably so, but we'll have to look back and see that one. Looked like there was a bit of a shove. This ball is played in, not a ton of leverage, but he's not even able to get there. It's a little bit of his momentum and a little bit of both.
If I'm making the comparison to American football here, it's kind of like pass interference, but you don't call it if the ball is uncatchable. And I think in this case, the ball was really unable to be played cleanly, I think, by Suahi.
I mean, that's fair.
Let it go.
Yeah, that's fair. I would agree with that.
That's my NFL
there you go.
American football analogy there on that one. Hernandez sending it across the face, a goal, and that's headed out. Here's the counter by New Mexico United. Zico Bailey. The ball was defended away by Reese Buckmaster and lands back to Will Seymour. Well done again by Buckmaster as they were looking to switch in the direction of Valentin Noel. Again, Noel's flanked down on that left side tonight where Greg Hurst has kind of occupied the last couple of weeks. But Hurst is playing more in that number 9 spot tonight. No Thomas Among on the bench this evening for New Mexico, not in the 18. So Hurst back in the number 9 striker role. Noel out on the left. Zico Bailey and Carlos Mogul Jr. kind of sitting underneath here. Meanwhile, Kip Keller played it in the direction of Noel just in front of the touchline. Noel puts it into the box. Hurst the turn. Shot blocked by the former New Mexico defender Alexis Suahi. Seymour with a touch towards the top of the box. San Antonio FC able to clear it back to the middle of the park.
Both of these teams, again, just struggling with a little bit of that stagnation in the attack. And then you look at the set piece we just had. They're going to have to figure out how to convert on those set pieces. I think that's where their best chances are going to come from.
It's a challenge from Nelson Flores Blanco. He's unhappy. Thought it was a clean win, and the foul was called. San Antonio FC faithful not happy as well.
Looks like he had some connection with the ball there, so I understand the frustration, but the tackle was from behind, so probably it's the ref trying to keep things under control. As we know, San Antonio, things can get a little wild, leading the league here in yellow cards.
71 coming into tonight for SAFC, picking up their 72nd with Suahi picking up one. Agudelo right now on the field. As he'll get back up to his feet.
He's trying to set up, and then it's the bump after the play. Looking like he's just trying to slow things down so that they can get that call.
The set piece for SAFC. They've got the only 4 shots in this match, none of which have been on target to this point. Flores Blanco. Linares out wide. Linares. Back post. Seymour. Get much on that clearance. Greg Hurst, the second ball, able to send it well upfield. Namani, a little bit of no man's land there, but kept his calm and was able to direct it away from the oncoming rush there of Carlos Bogle Jr.
Knows how to raise people's blood pressure, that's for sure. Can play with his feet, that's why he's so high up off his line, but great clearance too, just playing it safe and going wide and out.
There's actually Dayon Harris who was making that counter run upfield there. Meanwhile, Zico Bailey unable to keep it alive. We're on the far touchline there. Bailey, who spent 11 games with SAFC a few years ago, scoring 1 goal. Almir Soto. Seymour, the interception. SAFC momentarily reclaiming possession, and now back at the feet of Keller. Keller looking for a run there for Valentin Noel, and a little bit too much oomph on that delivery, and Daniel Namani will take over. Mentioned, Katie, it's got a little bit of a fall feeling out here tonight. Cold front that kind of moved through earlier this afternoon dropped our temperatures at kickoff 76 degrees. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the north. Had some rain in the area earlier as well, too. I mean, it feels a lot more like October than it does September right now here.
How lucky are we? That is the ideal soccer weather. I mean, I love to see it. It matches all the Halloween decor that they're starting to put out now. It's really weird seeing pumpkins when it's 100 degrees out, but it's matching the decor now.
He'll be in a sweater by the time we wrap this up here at the end of October.
Sign me up. Yeah, I mean, you could see that New Mexico's, they're putting a little bit of pressure, but it's not that really intense high press, and that's on purpose. As you can see, they can handle it when it comes back. This is going to be a lot of back and forth possession.
And it's really going to, I think, come down to winning the 50-50 balls, winning the second balls, which, unfortunately, that's gone against SAFC here in this series so far. New Mexico United has been better on the aerial duels. They've been better on the accuracy and winning duels in the opponent's half. And then again, when you're playing with such a possession-based team, you can't be so quick to give up the ball either.
Right, it's about that first and second ball, right? So what are you doing with it when you do get there first? And is it controlled? Is it intentional? And, you know, I think San Antonio sometimes likes to allow that because they believe they can get the second ball, but like you said, not really working to their advantage here. And that's all things that can be controlled. It's not about your height. It's a basic in soccer of learning how to get that first ball regardless. And that's coming from someone who's 5'2" and had to defend people who are like 6 feet tall, okay? So it's possible.
Tainer, Flores Blanco. A bit of daylight for Nelson here. Upfield, Jorge Hernandez. Tainer with the switch over to Reese Buckmaster.
It's a good read there from New Mexico, but I think they're probably still getting used to Linares there on the wing. He's making some really good, fast, hard check runs that open him up, and I think it's just being aware of that, and sometimes that takes time when you got a new guy in the lineup.
Real high line here for New Mexico. And that forces San Antonio FC to kind of bring it out rather than playing the vertical ball upfield, and that pass from Tainer was broken up by Dayon Harris.
And that's another thing about the way that New Mexico is playing this game. There's not a ton of pressure. It gives the back line space to move forward. That doesn't mean you have to always take it. I mean, that would have been a really easy forward wall pass from Nelson. to Jorge Hernandez right there.
Mexico United coming into tonight, a scoreless streak of 183 minutes. They have not scored since Thomas Among scored the equalizer in the 87th minute back on August 16th against Las Vegas, which, by the way, that's the first point that they have claimed from a losing position all season. Meanwhile, San Antonio FC, even though they broke up that 362-minute scoreless streak, they came into tonight with a 432-minute scoreless streak without a goal in just the run of play. So you got two clubs here struggling to score in the run of play. Not surprising, we're almost a half hour in. No shots on target for either side.
Right, what they need to do is draw the foul a little bit closer to the box, and they might have a better chance there. Both, set pieces have come from so far away. It's more of like a service in.
SAFC has not scored in the run of play since Lucio Barón in Las Vegas on August 9th. And that just seems so long ago when you think about it.
And he's not exactly the goal scorer. He's a defensive midfielder,
It was his first career professional goal. It's a big goal on the road. SAFC eventually conceded the equalizer on a penalty that night. And it was just kind of the start of what became a very, very forgettable August for San Antonio FC.
What he did well was the late run. He was, just try to recreate that and push the defense back, get your forwards high, have the late runner come in.
Mogul Jr., good ball into the box. Namani able to read it well, camps under it, will take control.
Another note is that you can have two possession-based teams. That doesn't mean you can't go direct every now and then. I mean, there's been a couple of opportunities where we had Will Seymour who could get to Greg Hurst and a nice direct ball over the back line, and it's happening with San Antonio too.
Here's the one area that teams have started to discover with SAFC is when they do try to dribble out of the back, it does cause a little bit of, I would say, indigestion for Carlos Llamosa on the San Antonio bench.
That's one way to say it for sure. The same exact thing, though, has happened for New Mexico United against Sac Republic. They had a goal because of the exact same thing. So it's like we're just watching two of the same exact team is what it feels like.
Not a surprise that they both have just basically been in the same rut. SAFC winless in 5 straight in USL Championship. New Mexico United winless in 7 straight in USL Championship. Either something's going to break or we're going to have a 0-0 draw here tonight.
Well, if we do, it's probably going to be in the 90th minute.
There's a foul back through the middle of the park, and Greg Hurst got clipped up late. I think we're going to get another. It was a yellow. For a moment, I thought we were going to see red.
I thought that was a red. I think that was a red.
Couldn't see from this angle.
I mean, we've got the stands going crazy.
I guess it probably was a red, Katie. I'm guessing you're right.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was Landry Walker as he starts to walk off. We'll look back at this. And I don't know where that's coming from because he was down on the ground. Landry just picked up his foot to go over him. Yeah. As we've got the crowd going wild, that's one that should be challenged 100%. This is where VAR would be really nice in the USL Championship.
Well, yeah,
he had gone down before Walker even got there.
Yeah. And he's making his way off the field.
Yeah, I mean, the knock came after the fact, but he dove into Landry Walker. He was already down on the ground going for the ball.
Oh, that's unfortunate for the youngster, and unfortunate for San Antonio FC as Landry Walker sent off just a half hour into this match.
When you look at that first matchup with San Antonio FC and New Mexico United, Paredes had a red, and that's when the game shifted for them. So hoping that doesn't happen here for San Antonio, but the chances are pretty good. It means San Antonio's going to be pretty compact here.
SAFC forced to play with 10 men here for the remaining quarter hour of this first half, and then the entire 45 of the second half.
And now you've got Nicky Hernandez down, holding his hamstring. again, I've said it once, I'll say it before. It's, I think some of the teams, it's not only having all the right pieces in place, but it's having the healthy players at this point in the season who make it through.
As Nicky Hernandez getting stretched out, we take a look at the upcoming schedule for San Antonio FC here. And it's going to be pretty home. Well, actually, it'll end up being a little bit road, as you're going to get these 2 home matches on the 20th and 27th at Toyota Field. But that following week begins a stretch of 4 consecutive matches on the road. You can take a look at SAFC. By the way, next Saturday night becomes a little bit more tastier, Katie, because yesterday, Loudoun United brought back an old friend as Alan Marcina joined the organization yesterday. Not as a head coach, but Alan Marcina joining the club as the
scouting, I believe it is.
Scouting director,
yes,
yeah.
Scouting director. That's awesome. I mean, perfect for him. That's one thing he has done so well at San Antonio FC for so long, was he knew how to pick them. I mean, I think it was every guy that would come out and start in their debut scored or something in the last, 2 seasons or something like that. So good fit there, and glad to see that he has found a spot. But man, the drama continues. They're already hard to play as it is.
So SAFC playing with 10 men as we resume play here in the 35th minute. Vogel Jr. over the ball into the box, looking for Kip Keller there once again. Make that run there off the left flank, and it's turned out by Linares, and the throw will go back here to New Mexico United.
Another thing with Loudoun and the matchup with New Mexico, it ended up as a 0-0 result. A big part of that is they have that direct approach. New Mexico got really compact in a mid-block and just made it extremely difficult. Defended most of the time, but it worked out well for them. So, I know it's going to be tough for San Antonio FC to go up against a team like that, but maybe they take a play out of New Mexico's playbook in that one and, run a bit lower of a mid-low block, a 4-4-2 type formation.
SAFC is kind of peeled back into a 1-4-4 here right now.
More of a diamond in the middle.
Yeah.
To allow for some upward movement, but
Zico Bailey opening up here, a little bit more daylight on the left flank into the box. Takes a shot. That's the first one on target for either side. And it's Daniel Namani who will take it off the carpet there.
He does a really great job of getting himself into position. He just does the basics well. So, and I think that's part of why he's out here. He's always in the vicinity of stopping the shot.
Foul on Logan Jr., who's already sitting on a yellow, by the way.
Which I would argue should have been a yellow, because that was a push from behind. But it wasn't the last player, so maybe that's why they're letting it go.
Vogel Jr. picking up a yellow in the 8th minute. Easily could have been a caution. I would say that was worse than what he did get the yellow for to start the game in the 8th minute. The center referee, Alyssa Pennington, is not going to be in the favor of this Toyota Field crowd here the remainder of this match.
She's got her hands full nonetheless.
Landry Walker all for the red in the 31st minute here tonight. Big challenge on Greg Hurst. Turning is Nicky Hernandez. Top of the box. Shot. Great save there by Chris Shakes.
What a great look there from San Antonio with the quick trigger.
I think that was Albert Soto who pulled the trigger on that. Gonna take another look at that one again. Forcing Shakes into his first save of the evening. First shot on target in 5 tries for San Antonio.
Well, one thing's for sure. I mean, we've got New Mexico cheating a lot higher up the field. We know that they can get exposed in transition. Maybe this is what San Antonio needs, is to be down and then try to get out in front that way in a transitional moment.
Oftentimes playing with 10 men is, I think it's a bit of an illusion in terms of an advantage, especially if you're San Antonio FC. And these fans here know it. They've played opponents with 10 men on various occasions and have walked out of here with either 1 or no points, playing teams a man down.
Exactly. An illusion, as you said, Dan. And you can already see it. The game's opened up a lot.
Hernandez tripped up there by Rivas. And Rivas will go in the books. In the 38th minute.
This is going to be one of those card-happy matches for sure. And I understand she's trying to control the game, but got to be on both sides.
It's that last attempt for San Antonio FC. Their first shot on target of this match here. Hernandez turning off the back. It was indeed Almir Soto, not known for his goal scoring. Only his 9th shot of the season, 2nd one on target.
Saw the chance and he took it. He knew it was congested and that was going to be his best look probably, but great defending there from Shakes, especially with all the congestion. Sometimes it's hard to see those coming.
Soto does have 8 goals over his 11-year professional career. Jorge Hernandez delivering one into the box. Aerial duel is defended out here by New Mexico. Will result in the 2nd corner of the match belonging to San Antonio FC. Sometimes also playing a man down kind of refocuses you a little bit, energizes you as a club. You know, the margin for error becomes so much less when you're playing a man down.
Right. It's the next level intensity that you might need to make something happen. Where it's unfortunate is here in the box, being a man down.
Yeah. That being said, though, this is your better opportunity to get a goal on a set piece, particularly on a corner, than it likely would be in the run of play. Hernandez, left-footed in-swinger from the far stick to deliver the 2nd corner of the evening for SAFC. It's a good bending ball, but it bends over everyone, and it will ride out. Deep throw, and it will be a deep throw for New Mexico United here. Mares was trying to give track. There's Nelson Flores Blanco as well, too.
Good hustle. Good to see that he still has lots of stamina. I know he'd been practicing for a while before actually getting back into the starting lineup.
Has not played since June 21st. That was his last start as well. Has not played at Toyota Field since June the 7th.
Battling a lower body injury quite some time. One of those tricky ones that just take time. Nothing you can do but rest type situation.
Seymour. New Mexico might take this to halftime and see how they adjust in terms of maybe attacking SAFC a man down here.
Yeah, you can definitely expect to see some fresh legs pretty soon too in that 2nd half, I would bet, because that's where the tables kind of turn when you're a man down.
Haley making the run. Seymour switch the play to Valentin Noel. Rivas. Seymour. Kellen Ryden now. Go back and chase this one down. Ryden. Turn to his keeper, Shakes.
They love that side-to-side movement. They possess really well from sideline to sideline, but they need to start moving that towards the end line. There was a great diagonal run there that could have moved them forward. Next step, I don't know, but that's where you figure it out, right? I think just having the mindset to go forward in key spots might help.
To me, that's just a confidence thing. They don't have confidence in scoring goals right now.
Sometimes it's confidence in your teammate to get on the end of it and handle it.
Mexico player down. Seymour commits the foul.
Talked to coach about Will Seymour and how he's been that guy that he's been so happy to rely on with all the turnover and the changes in the roster. He's played him in multiple different positions, sometimes center back or center mid. Now he's an outside back, and even when he wasn't starting, he had such a great mindset, just that next man mentality, and he's been really happy to have him this season.
That's Noel down on the field for New Mexico. Here's what happened. Swept the leg there by Almir Soto.
Little ankle sweep and a full-on backflip. Looking like it was quite the knock, though. Sometimes those are misleading.
T. Noel will get some attention. You mentioned San Antonio FC's upcoming schedule. New Mexico United going forward for them. They got 2 critical home matches coming up here next week. The midweek match against Detroit City FC. Next Saturday against FC Tulsa, who finally saw their 14-match unbeaten streak come to an end last Saturday night. I mean, they've been the hottest team and basically the table setter in the Western Conference, Katie, and right now a substantial lead at the top of the West, while everybody else is just kind of figuring out everybody else where they're going to place here over these final 8 Saturdays. But it's an 8-point lead for Tulsa right now, and then, I mean, Sacramento down to Colorado Springs, separated by 7 points right now.
And El Paso in the number 3 spot. You know, they've struggled the past couple of seasons. Good to see a Texas team there in the top 3. But yeah, FC Tulsa has been consistent all season long. Sacramento Republic, a consistent name that you're going to see in the top 3 in the USL Championship, have done really well to just hold on to that space. Orange County sneaking up into that number 7 spot a couple seasons ago. They were a true competitor as well. And so, yeah, just it's you know, New Mexico United and San Antonio still hanging around. Luckily for them, the first half of the season strong enough to keep them in it, but they're going to have to start getting results or they're going to fall below that playoff line here pretty quick.
Yeah, and just when you think it's Orange County that's making a move, they lose tonight in Detroit, 4-1 the final there. Hartford continues to play well. They're winning again tonight over Miami. Sacramento's been maybe next to Tulsa the most consistent team. They're winning right now in Tampa, 1-0. Tulsa and Birmingham underway. Loudoun's got 2 goals on the road in El Paso already here tonight. That's SAFC's next opponent next Saturday night in Northern Virginia. In the stoppage time here, which probably will be lengthy, 5 minutes. Added time here at the end of the first half. SAFC down a man after Landry Walker's sent off in the 31st minute. Excellent hustle there by Linares, able to keep that ball in play and force the defender Gloucester to make a play on it as well. Keeps it moving, ends up in the box, and that's defended away there by Gloucester.
Chance to take it from Agudelo.
Hurst, good touch. Can't dribble around Tainer though.
A jersey pull. And drama. But yeah, I mean, how are you not going to give a card for that when it was a blatant jersey pull there? As you can see, Tainer does so well to win it. He's composed. He's looking for who to get to next, and there's that pull right there. And he's not happy about it. What could he have possibly said there, Dan? We'll never know.
Looks like Hurst is going to escape without a caution.
But talk about that burst of energy there from Linares. Just not slowing down one bit. Really, that pressure is what caused all of this to begin with. And I think this is where you're seeing that grit from San Antonio really show out. It's one of those identity pieces that is never going to go away for them.
Namani. Watch out for the counter run here by New Mexico with everybody for San Antonio forward. And again, playing down a man, Tainer. Turn it back to his keeper. Hurst will force Namani to push everyone forward.
Probably going to be a whistle. blown any minute here. Still a few minutes to go with that +5 added time.
Soft Linares in the throw back to New Mexico United. Unofficially, each team with 1 shot on target in this half. 5 overall for SAFC, 2 for New Mexico. The pressure for SAFC, probably they feel that might be their one area, playing a man down they might be able to capitalize on, is trying to force a mistake out of the back by New Mexico.
Like that he went long with it. Just hard to beat the size of Kip Keller back there.
Keller had a 2-hand bear hug there wrapped around Jorge Hernandez that referee allowed to play with.
That doesn't help either.
So eventful first half in terms of the action on the field, but not necessarily in terms of the offensive action on the field. Which again, this being the third meeting between these two clubs, it's certainly been more of a conservative look on the attack tonight. San Antonio, you can understand at least, a man down here over the last 15 minutes, but I haven't seen that burst from New Mexico playing with the advantage right now. Seymour gives it up to Jorge Hernandez and lofted forward there to Agudelo. Keller had that one now.
Out of nowhere, I think he flew like 5 feet. Yeah, I think when you see a lot of those diving headers and just not giving players a chance to even think about getting to that ball, that's some MLS caliber talent there, and you can see how that experience is translated here. Just the pace of play that he's still playing with.
Five minutes are through, and this first half,
you can see them trying to double team Agudelo there.
Coming to a conclusion. Mexico will reset and be forced to do it again. Keller being pushed back, and likely the final possession of the half. Pennington is just not happy where Kip Keller is putting this ball right now. And finally we resume, and a very disjointed end to the first half of play. 0-0 after 45 minutes, 45 to go. Landry Walker set off in that first half. Not much way in the attack or creativity for both these sides, which has been something of an ongoing issue in the run of form for both San Antonio and New Mexico. It's Harry Potter night. We need a little magic on the field here. San Antonio, New Mexico scoreless after 45 minutes. 45 to go. Halftime coming up next here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2025 Tundra SR5 for $469 a month for 36 months. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
With over 40 unique flavors, there's an H-E-B Creamy Creations flavor for every craving in Texas. Just one more reason. Here, everything's better.
music about to take control, cause we do it like that. This moment so phenomenal, go and throw it on back. This music about to take control, cause we do it like that. We so phenomenal.
3 nuns were driving through Austin and they got a flat tire. They stop in front of a frost bank. Next thing you know, a frost banker walks out and changes their tire? Hold on. This can't be real.
It's a real story.
And the nuns?
Yeah, they weren't even Frost customers.
Dude! You think I can be a nun?
Not a chance, sister.
Dylan at the dead! Justin Dylan! He's done it! Abs, great ball. Dylan deflected into the net. Delivers this ball, headed and it's in! Headed at the top of the box from Justin Dylan in San Antonio.
That was former forward for SAFC, Justin Dylan. He was recognized earlier this season when he came into town with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Now, that's all part of the 10-year anniversary celebration because he was named to the Team of the Decade. This week, he made news as he took to social media on Wednesday to post his official retirement. It was a heartfelt post full of photos from his soccer career, starting when he was just a little kid all the way to his professional days. There was no shortage of love in the comment section from family, from friends, from fans, and of course, some of the guys here in San Antonio. After this, we'll have more from Katie and Dan on the first half.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Strikes with the right and opens the scoring. A dream start for the home side. Wow, what a strike from Westchester, and it's Prince Sadie.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
And Rhode Island are into a major semifinal. It's Hartford the lead. Greenville is on the semifinal. Sacramento is heading to the semifinal.
Nil-nil at the half here at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC and New Mexico United meeting for the third time here this season. As we welcome you back upstairs to the broadcast booth with Katie Goodman, I'm Dan Weiss. It's great to have you with us. And Okay, so we talked the play going on kind of on the field, although a lot of it hasn't really had much to do with offense. It's kind of been everything else, the extracurriculars, a lot of yellows, a lot of fouls. Chippy play from two Western Conference rivals to be expected so far, but really not much in the way of kind of offensive strategy or attack for either of these clubs so far.
And I think that's been the problem for them the entire season. And now you just have two teams playing the same way. And, you saw that red card. I think that's what really opened up the game. That's where we're more likely to see a goal come from. And, you look at what New Mexico is doing in the attack. It's going to be really hard for them. San Antonio, so good at being compact. They've been great on defense all season long, no matter who they have. And that's because of that compactness. Now they've got Linares there up top in that right corner who's got a tank full of energy. He can get up, he can make things happen, cause problems. So, I think San Antonio actually is in a pretty good position here, having baited New Mexico into coming a little bit higher, cheating up the field. New Mexico, they got to get a little more creative up top when you've got a team that compact. The first instinct they have is to go backwards or side to side. There's been a couple of forward passes, guys running on diagonals, and they just haven't taken advantage of them. So
they only had one shot in that quarter hour that they played a man up there at the end of the first half as we take a look at the numbers, and that was that Zico Bailey shot. So, only 2 shots total. You got 5 for SAFC, most of those that came while they had Landry Walker on the field. And the one on target was the good take by Almir Soto. Otherwise than that, a lot of these numbers are kind of what you expect between SAFC and New Mexico. It's going to be heavy possession-based and final third entries for New Mexico. But a lot of that means nothing if you're not getting the ball forward and putting it on target like you were just talking about.
Exactly. Both teams have a tendency to get caught in the back corners trying to make a pretty play, building out of the back. Yeah, you want that composure and your patience, but the ball needs to move forward at the end of the day. You can possess forward with the direct mindset. So, even if you have the space to carry forward, sometimes it's better to play direct. And we saw that, I think, play out in the first half. Now, it's going to be about who's got the fresh legs, I think, through the final whistle, right? San Antonio's given up late goals before, and now they're in a really tough position to kind of do the same if they run out of gas.
Yeah, New Mexico history of scoring late goals here at Toyota Field. Will that come to fruition once again, or will San Antonio be able to steal one out here, playing a man down? More halftime when we continue after this here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified buyers get 1.75% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2025 Tundra. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the 4s.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor?
Here's a taste of H-E-B Creamy Creations Mango Chamoy Sherbet. One of over 40 unique ice cream flavors created to satisfy Texans' cravings.
Tell me what's your flavor?
Scoreless at the half here at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC and New Mexico United going head-to-head as we take a look at news and notes across USL Championship here in Week 28. Only a year away. 2026 World Cup, and that means it's qualifying time across the globe. And 17 current championship or League One players called up for World Cup qualifying matches during the international break, including SAFC's own Mohamed Omar competing for Somalia. Lou City is the first team in the championship to clinch a playoff berth. Charleston can follow up, just needing 2 points to get in. And North Carolina FC getting their first academy player into a pro contract. Finn Sundstrom, the 18-year-old defender, advancing from an academy contract to a professional contract. One other note here not mentioned, Haji Berry returning to the championship after his record transfer from Colorado Springs a couple years ago. He rejoins Brendan Burke in Hartford earlier this week, looking to help make Hartford a playoff contender down the stretch. Second half action coming up on the other side here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $249 a month for 36 months. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
The music about to take control, cause we do it like that. This moment so phenomenal, go and throw it on back. This music about to take control, cause we do it like that. We so phenomenal.
Three nuns were driving through Austin and they got a flat tire. They stop in front of a frost bank. Next thing you know, a frost banker walks out and changes their tire? Hold on. This can't be real.
It's a real story.
And the nuns?
Yeah, they weren't even Frost customers.
Dude! You think I can be a nun?
Not a chance, sister.
San Antonio FC Soccer on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Second half about to begin here. San Antonio FC New Mexico United 0-0 as we take a look around the rest of the championship on a Saturday night, week 28. You see Loudoun United, SAFC's next opponent, up 2 goals on the road at Southwest University Park over El Paso. Sacramento, a winner on the road tonight in Tampa, 2-0 Tulsa, trying to get back into the win column after seeing their 14-match unbeaten streak come to an end. That Colorado Springs-Monterey match is interesting because Colorado Springs could actually jump New Mexico United with a win tonight. They're basically sitting even in the table with New Mexico right now, 27 points. See if Colorado can sneak out a win. They are the defending champs, and they've been below the playoff line pretty much all season. A couple of substitutes coming in for SAFC here in the second half, including Santiago Patino, as he's going to come on here for Kyle Linares in the second half, and also Abdi Salim is also going to come on here for the start of the second half as well. So those fresh legs, Katie, you were talking about for SAFC, and kind of how they would play this match down a man for 45 minutes, and New Mexico will be also interesting to see what adjustments they make when they make their substitutes. Got to watch on their benches. Makwele Akali, who's available and has been a real problem child for SAFC over the last couple of seasons.
Bringing Abdali Salim into this makes it more of a 5-back. As you can see, Reese Buckmaster Nelson already creeping a little bit higher. So makes it so that the formation can expand into more of an attacking-minded formation. And I think that's probably because Coach Yamosa is seeing how much the game has opened up, being down a man. But, of course, you don't want to get too greedy with that. Especially they did so well getting so compact in that first half.
So you take Agudelo and Linares out. Salim comes in to be that fifth back, as you're alluding to, and Patino gives you your kind of one-spot opportunity for some attack up front, and this would be Santi's longest stint since rejoining SAFC, making his third appearance. Obviously, his first here at home after coming back and signing with the club during the homestand against Lexington.
Number 80, Kyle.
Yeah, and a full 45 minutes plus might be a challenge there for him, but they still have plenty of subs to work with. So I think when you look at the thought process there is get the subs in sooner than later and then fill the spots to just hang around in the final minutes. They're probably trying to make a push for a goal in the first 15.
Patino making his first run of the match. The ball doesn't get through to him, however. Same 11 that finished the half for New Mexico. Zico Bailey. Looking forward here, Dayon Harris making the turn, left the ball behind him. Hernandez is stood up there by Chris Gloucester.
Great composure through the middle of the field, though, for San Antonio FC. Instead of just sending it forward, being calm, composed, trying to move out, but that one hit from the back. Looked like a tough one there from Nicky Hernandez. As you can see, the shoulder right in the back.
It's also, I think, a strategic substitution with Patino and Celine coming in at the half, because it still allows you to have the 3 substitute windows in the second half too.
Exactly.
And with 3 substitutes still available, you can kind of strategically use each of those windows as needed.
Yeah, you can
Carlos
see
Llamosa playing a man down.
You can see how the game unfolds at that point and who to place where, because it's a little bit of a wild card at the moment.
And you've got some defenders out there, depending on how this game goes along, with Jimmy Madronda and Shannon Gomez, Harvey Neville all on the bench right now.
Got Luther Archimede playing the center striker, which is definitely going to cause problems.
Patino giving his first go of the evening. It's going to be his first shot since returning to San Antonio. Did not get a shot in either of his 2 cameos, the 10 minutes he played in Monterey and the 20 minutes he played in Detroit last Saturday night.
When we look at what Patino has done in the past, he loves that center striker role. He kind of likes to be out there on his own, receiving the ball out of the air. He's so strong on the ball. It's really hard to knock him off it if you're a center back. And, you know, you've got the speed and Reese Buckmaster, Nicky Hernandez, Jorge Hernandez behind him. So maybe looking for the late run from him, too.
Yeah, you're right. You mentioned Archimede coming on, and I mentioned the same 11 for New Mexico that started the half that finished, but Rivas actually came off at the end of the first half here. Archimede on. Rivas was sitting on a yellow, so Mogul Jr., the last player sitting on a yellow right now for New Mexico, that remains in the match.
So a bit of a chess match here for these 2 teams. I think realizing how tough it was in those last few minutes for New Mexico, you kind of need that center striker that's going to come with a high press.
Actually, Mogul Jr. did come off as well, too, and they put Osman Jabang in as well. They're just kind of getting caught up on the substitutes and taking a look out. So the 2 guys sitting on yellows, Rivas and Mogul Jr. both off, and I think that's smart from Dennis Sanchez. Salim back across the face, a goal. There's nobody there, unfortunately, in a black kit.
Yeah, especially when you're up a man, there's no need to be in that situation. Unless you want a 10v10 match.
San Antonio earning the throw, and then it's just a matter of where it's coming from. So Hernandez, it's going to be a corner awarded. Third of the match, all 3 to San Antonio FC, playing a man down. Boy, could they find a way to steal 3 points here tonight against one of their arch rivals in New Mexico United.
Now would be the time. Got to convert on set pieces, including corners. You also got to watch the speed coming out of this box if it's denied.
Short play, Flores Blanco into the box. An awkward head out towards the edge of the box. San Antonio wanted a handball, not to be given. And the throw awarded to SAFC. Archimede taking it in the midsection there, and a little slow to get back to his...
I've seen that look before. Out of breath, wind knocked out of you, holding the ribs.
Get back to his natural breathing, as I was going to say. Archimedes came over from Monterey Bay. 6th appearance of the season overall. Nicky Hernandez. Soto. Getting this into the box. Swept out. Tainer. Find Patino on the run. And
fortunate overhit there. That would have been a moment for Patino. He loves that exact ball. Just been a little bit shorter. Could have been a good looking chance at goal.
But again, the team that's come out of the half with a little bit more directness is the team that's a man down.
Which you have to be careful for, because now you're a little exposed.
Landry Walker sent off in the 31st minute. Here's Dayon Harris pushing it forward, and that's defended out. Up into section 122 there by Alexis Suahi. And so now New Mexico United, really their first crack in the attacking third here of this second half.
I mean, you gotta head to San Antonio. They don't look timid. You know, they're not parking the bus by any means.
It's another foul on New Mexico. San Antonio wants a caution to be issued here. And her shown yellow, or Zico Bailey rather, shown yellow here in the 53rd minute.
And that's why you need your teammates, you know, bargaining on your behalf. It didn't look like she was initially going to give a yellow.
All right, it is actually on Greg Hurst. Zico was just kind of playing the peacemaker in the middle, so.
Per usual, Zico, great player, having spent time here at San Antonio FC. Always a great sportsman, tough guy.
4th caution of the season on Greg Hurst. You know, Jorge Hernandez, he picked up that red card a couple of weeks ago here at home. He was lost for the match in Monterey Bay. And that was kind of good and bad, because unfortunately it keeps him on a potential card accumulation suspension coming into week 28, because one more yellow and he gets a 1-match suspension again for what would be his 8th caution of the season.
And it was strange seeing him play in the Jägermeister Cup, since that red didn't carry over. So he was still able to get a good chunk of time in before having to sit out a match. Ref getting on him for some time wasting.
Buckmaster. Patino. Buckmaster chopped down, no foul. A throw to New Mexico.
Buckmaster doing everything just to stay on his feet. Zico Bailey throwing his whole body into him at times. Crowd obviously mad. But yeah, it's that hit there.
Archimede on the other side couldn't draw a foul as he went to ground. And now it's behind the play. It's Suahi.
Got kicked in the face is what it looked like. And that last foul.
That is by the way, the assistant coach for New Mexico United, Luke Sanford, who just took a yellow card. He is barking at the 4th official.
Yeah, not happy about that call to begin with. but he did get a knock in the face.
And now Dennis Sanchez is kind of complaining a little bit about the time-wasting tactics of San Antonio FC as well here too in the second half.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
And he's Dennis Sanchez that is giving Edgar Garcia, the fourth official, an earful. Talk about, it's a no-win position being a referee, Katie. Being a fourth official, though, when you got to sit at the center line between the two head coaches, and you're essentially
You get the heat first.
You are the go-between, literally, between what the coaches are saying and the center referee dictating the match.
Once again, couldn't pay me to be a ref. Yeah, I think he was mad that San Antonio was able to play that one.
Right in. Hard challenge there, and looked like it was, you get a yellow on Patino. I think he went cleats in there on Kip Keller, and I think...
Yeah, 2 cleats in, which is a big no-no.
And I mean, he might be fortunate he's only getting yellow in this case.
I would agree with that. You know, I mean, that's why the whole team is over there talking to him about it, not just the ref, but him, because they're saying, what was that about?
So now
Even
Patino.
Zico having a couple words with him, like, come on.
We take a look at it again. Yeah, there are the cleats right in there.
Right into the shin.
High up on the shins there, Keller, who needs a moment.
Now he's got a target on his back. So
you see Chris Gloucester saying, hey, don't do that. And Zico Bailey as well.
yeah, I mean, sometimes you're in the heat of the moment, I get it, and it's just you're going for ball and it doesn't matter who's in the middle of it. But that was cleats up, 2 at the same time, right into the shins.
So Patino with the yellow there. And unfortunately, Kay, right now, I mean, this match just has zero flow.
Yeah.
It's disjointed, a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppages, kind of playing into the hands right now of San Antonio FC being a man down. And the yellow now says to the keeper, Chris Shakes, but just really no flow to the match at all at this point.
Yeah, and you could see she was over there talking to both captains and just trying to get her to have, or she's just trying to get them to have some accountability, I think, over their team to settle things down. And I mean, the last thing you want is multiple reds on both sides, because it's not this game, it's the next game that's the issue, right? But yeah, that one was wild.
So Shakes gets a yellow, Patino gets a yellow. First taking the yellow in the previous sequence up the field. And we're an hour into this match, and first quarter hour out of the locker room, really nothing to write home about for either side.
Yeah, it's just going to be a gritty match from here out.
Zico Bailey, Hurst, it's a dummy through. Seymour stepping up. He just didn't get a lot on it with that left leg.
But you can see there, New Mexico does really well to carry at San Antonio if you're carrying with speed, especially being so wide open right now, having a forward-thinking mindset. You know, dribbling a couple guys might work.
Right in. Driven out by Gloucester, a throw to San Antonio. 1 hour through the match, 0-0. One shot on target for either side. Zico Bailey with the shot for New Mexico. They might get a second one there with that attempt from Seymour. Almir Soto's got the only bit on target for SAFC coming in the first half. SAFC losing the youngster Landry Walker, shown red in the 31st minute, playing a man down. Home debut for Santiago Patino. Buckmaster committing the foul. Zico Bailey and Almir Soto in his face.
Doing his job of slowing it down. And of course, a tactical foul there from Buckmaster. It's clearly what they want.
And again, New Mexico United is just not happy about how the pace of the match has really slowed down here, as Dennis Sanchez just shown yellow. And I think that's what's frustrating for them, is that just there is just no flow and no pace to the match after every single stoppage. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to keep this thing moving.
That, in this situation, is where they're going to have the higher ground, no doubt. But when we look at it historically, they tend to score in the 90+, and they're going to have a lot of 90+ at this rate.
Been some amazing finishes here at Toyota Field. You go back to Western Conference quarterfinals in 2020. Chris Wehan, the goal in extra time in the 101st minute. There's Deon Harris settling outside the box, attacking on Flores Blanco, joined by Seymour at the left, playing it into space in the box there, and inside the 6 is where Namani will scoop it up. You go a year later, September 21, that man Wehan again scoring in the 84th minute. Break up a scoreless draw, give New Mexico a win 1-0. And then just a little over a month ago, in extra time in the Jägermeister Cup, 2 goals in stoppage time by New Mexico United. They would earn the win in penalties. San Antonio FC really was not a match that amounted to much because they had already clinched the group.
Yeah, and I mean, they had done so well putting up the first 2 goals. Everything looked great. Again, the late goals, and then just did not show up to the PK mark after that.
Yeah, they missed all 3 of their penalties that match. Hernandez, Tainer, Neville, all missing.
Which I think is indicative of just how the momentum that was not going their way all the way through the final whistle. I think it was just an energetic overflow into the PK mark, because what are the chances that 3 guys miss PKs, you know?
Keller. Seymour. Deon Harris. Jabang. Valentin Noel now with Gloucester overlapping on his left side. Noel's been very quiet tonight. That's a good thing. Oh, this is a great ball in space, and the shot is just over goal. Best opportunity of the night for either side. It was Deon Harris. He's already scored a big one here at Toyota Field this year. Nearly had another one right there.
San Antonio lucky that one went over the post. Beautiful diagonal coming from him. Just reading the space well, and we've seen this happen before, where San Antonio's defense getting split left and right, especially in the final minutes. They've got to keep that compact mindset when they're defending.
That's a great backheel ball from Luther Arshimidi.
And then another look here from Namani's perspective. You know, just happy that ball is going up and over, because I don't think his mitt would have been there to deny that one.
Harris scored in the 9th minute of stoppage time back on July 26th. In his first game after season-ending surgery last year. It sent us to penalties, which New Mexico eventually won. Flores Blanco. And a brush off Zico Bailey. Flores Blanco concedes, not happy. Thought there was contact. Here's New Mexico on the counter, and again, when you're a man down, this is where things can get a little dicey. SAFC able to get numbers back behind the ball. Jabang.
But as you can see, that moment in transition would have been their moment to go forward and take advantage of the open spaces. Instead, they allowed SAFC to get set, and now they're playing possession again.
Bryden. Bailey. Seymour. Piece of it there. Jabang. Keller. And just trying, can they widen San Antonio's compactness?
Difficult when you've got 5 on the back line there.
It's just a clear giveaway, and now you let Patino run for this one here. 1 against 2, can you give him any support? That ball's to the top of the 18, and good recovery by Valentin Noel getting back, making the interception.
You can see the idea was there. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede, just putting it away. Easy pass into the net. If you're going to come out like that, you better come out guns up, ready to take out some legs. But as you can see there, I think he was a little bit preemptive to come off his line, which allowed Archimede to get by, and simple dribble pass into the back of the net.
Just his 6th appearance of the season between Monterey Bay and New Mexico United, and that's his first goal, but he's got a history in USL. It's his 15th career goal in USL Championship. His 20th goal overall. Archimede, big time strike for New Mexico, who breaks through here in the second half. Up 1 and up a man as well. And now San Antonio FC really up against it here. They'll be forced to take chances to try to find an equalizer, and that will just leave them even more vulnerable on the counter.
Right, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, I mean, yes, goal differential does matter when you're trying to get above the playoff line, but it might be worth the risk here for them to try to put another one up to equalize, win the single point, potentially.
Well, when you have not won since June 21st, I think getting any point in a winning fashion is just fine for New Mexico United. The irony is that they've not won since a win against San Antonio FC back at the lab in Albuquerque on June 21st. That night they scored 4. Tonight, 1 might be enough for them.
You know, I think it's a good reminder of taking care of the ball, even if you're high up the field, because you can pay for it. And that was a good example of New Mexico finally moving forward directly, quickly, taking advantage of the transition. It worked for them there, but I think they could have done a lot of that sooner.
Throw to San Antonio. The goal by Archimede snaps a scoreless streak for New Mexico of exactly 250 minutes. First goal for New Mexico since Thomas Among scored in the 87th minute back on the 16th of August in Las Vegas. Here's Hurst. Opportunity, Noel! And Valentin Noel doubles the lead to 2. No, waving off, the flag is up. Wow.
San Antonio absolutely lucky and back in play already.
Trying to catch New Mexico. And Patino. Oh, what a save by Shakes. Dynamite save by Chris Shakes, stopping Santiago Patino.
And it's not over yet. Man, talk about absolute chaos starting to settle down here, but best chance of the game, I think, for San Antonio FC was right there with Patino.
Take a look at that offside call again and see how off New Mexico was. Let's take a look at it here.
It might be just out of frame, the offside call.
Noel right just... Ooh.
Yeah, he was a little bit too high.
Yeah, he kind of maybe knew it a little bit there.
But if you think back on it, all of these are coming from turnovers from San Antonio. They just don't have the manpower to get back and stay compact and handle that.
Buckmaster, a nice little cutback, edge of the box. We'll run through. Tainer. Up top, Flores Blanco. Jorge Hernandez. A little chaos. Hernandez puts it into the box. The header is brought down, brushed away from Patino. Settled by Harris. He's got Bailey in transition. And a good recovery by San Antonio there with both Jorge Hernandez and Almir Soto getting back to defend.
Yeah, of course it's Jorge Hernandez. I think he's covered every inch of this field.
Final 20 left in this match. Is that a handball on Jabang called here?
I think there was a little bit of roughness going on after the play, and then a push right there in front of the ref.
Coutinho's already sitting on a yellow.
Just not sure why she's stopping play.
No, neither do I. Yeah, she's just giving New Mexico the reset. And I don't know if they had reset too early, but again, I think that's the tempo and pace of play that Dennis Sanchez was not particularly thrilled with here just a few moments ago. No matter his New Mexico United club, which is once again in an offside position on this instance, as Archimede lets it ride through. They're up one. Archimede's goal in the 67th minute. It's New Mexico up here at Toyota Field. Buckmaster able to turn it out wide. Nikki Hernandez. Top of the box, Buckmaster. Turning. Hernandez looking in Patino's direction. Never came through to him. Buckmaster back out wide. Suaje calling for the ball.
My goodness. First time shot was on.
Keller directs it out. Corner coming up for SAFC.
First time shot was on multiple times. Guys need to get a little bit greedier in the box there if you're SAFC. But hand it to Reese Buckmaster for his grittiness, his scrappiness. That's what kept that ball alive. He's done so well just to command the wide flanks. And then even getting central.
Jorge Hernandez, a footed in swinger here. Fourth corner of the evening for SAFC. A man down, a goal down. 73rd minute. Headed out of harm's way there by Jabang.
He's got a nice big switch here with Jorge, but it looks like it might be off now.
Mexico in the second half this year has been victimized 21 times. Directed out there by Gloucester. Throw to San Antonio, but hold up with Buckmaster down on the field.
Tackle from behind. Maybe she was trying to let the advantage go. You did have Jorge Hernandez there. Potential to get in behind the back line. Of course, SAFC taking the chance to get a drink.
Injured New Mexico United player across the field. It's Dayon Harris. Trying to build up his stamina as well. Just his 6th appearance in regular season play since making his return from season-ending injury a year ago in the Jägermeister Cup match here on July 26th. San Antonio FC with a couple opportunities to draw level here over the last couple of minutes. This was the first one here, Katie, and this was just a great opportunity for Patino and a better save by Chris Shakes.
Save of the match, no doubt there for Shakes. I mean, he stood his ground. He didn't come out preemptively. He waited to see where he was going to commit to. And then another chance here for San Antonio. So still trying to get up, but then they pay for it here as it goes right back down their throat. So you can be high up the field, but you still got to take care of the ball.
So 1/4 hour remaining. 1-0 New Mexico United. Scoreline holds. New Mexico would draw even with San Antonio FC in terms of points. Monterey Bay has taken the lead in Colorado Springs 1-0. Paso continuing to trail at home to Loudoun United 2-0. Current live table, if this result hold, would drop San Antonio FC to 7th in the West.
A little too close to that playoff line.
be their 6th loss at Toyota Field, which would be the most ever in a single season in USL Championship play. Patino. Nice ball across, and Bill Seymour had to be hoping that that ball was going to elevate over his own goal.
Had some confidence in that first touch for sure, but you look at the quality of Patino there in that single play. Plays so well with his back to goal. You saw that turn and then that volley just to put it in with speed. It feels like a matter of time before he really starts.
Yeah, you could start to see him getting his form back a little bit here, getting his first extended minutes, as this one is headed away. And it may not be tonight, Katie, and maybe this match ends with SAFC on the losing end again, but Santiago Patino playing like this, playing like the Santiago Patino we remember of a couple of years ago, that could be big things for San Antonio FC here over the final 7 weeks of the regular season.
Yeah, he's still got it. It's evident. It's just getting those game minutes in. You just can't replicate it, not even in practice. Game minutes are the way that, you know, I think he does best. The scramble here.
Hurst coming out of the pack with it. He can make a good switch here. He can open up for Gloucester. SAFC will look to get numbers back. Gloucester. And now this is, again, when you're up and you're New Mexico and you're the #1 possession team in USL Championship, this match is right now folding into what Dennis Sanchez was expecting in most cases this season. He was going to have a lead in the second half, and he was going to have a club that was one of the best possession clubs in the league. Amani takes some contact there on the oncoming rush there from Archimede, shown yellow.
Yeah, the keeper is always going to get a call on that one.
78th minute, Archimede goes into the books, and well, we mentioned San Antonio FC, their struggles here at home. Substitutions coming on for New Mexico. We'll get to those in a second. Send it down to Ashley Behabits. Talk to Carlos Llamosa about the difference between the home-road results for SAFC this year. Ashley?
Yeah, Dan, I asked him what he could credit that to, and he thinks the team is just putting so much pressure on themselves here at Toyota Field. When they're on the road, they're playing their game, they're playing within themselves, and they're not feeling that pressure of family, of friends, of fans, and letting them down at home. So he said for some reason, it's just a psychological element to the road game and how well they travel right now.
Points in each of their last 2 road games, thanks, Ashley, at Monterey Bay and Detroit, but their last win was here at home back on July the 12th.
It's hard no matter how you spin it. Different pressures either way, and you just got to rise above. Nice flick.
And the difference, though, has been, you know, for SAFC over 10 years, this place has been a fortress. 77, 25, and 49 in USL Championship for SAFC with a +100 goal differential over their 10 years here.
And you know that adds to the pressure, too, when you want to continue that streak and you've not had great luck with it, so to speak, in the last few games at home.
The subs on for New Mexico, by the way, just to get us caught up. Jalen Lindsay is on, as is Talon Maples. 2 guys who started, by the way, the last time New Mexico was here.
Talon Maples, typical starter there on the back line. Kind of makes you wonder why they're reserving minutes with him. Maybe they think, you know, preserve and save guys going into the next game.
I just think when you haven't won in 7 matches, you know, the guys
start changing things.
The guys who are out there start to lose their playing time. Is what it comes down to. And unfortunately, Talon Maples, I don't think it's all his fault, but when you are looking at a stretch that New Mexico United was, where you've been outscored coming into tonight 21-11 in your last 10 matches, sometimes you can fault maybe the defenders for that.
Well, when you look at Talon Maples, 91.3% pass accuracy, leads the team with 67 clearances. But, you know, sometimes you can handle that all you want, and maybe it's something different that he's just looking for on the back line this time.
It's interesting to see Kalen Ryden staying in. So he's going to play the full 90, and that's great news for New Mexico, is that Ryden is fully healthy, fully fit here, that he's going to go 90. Maples coming on for Kip Keller right now.
And it's a good game for him to get 90 minutes with them being up a player.
Giveaway. And a foul over on the far side.
Honestly surprised Coutinho didn't get some flack for the challenge against the keeper. It was that pressure that caused that turnover. I don't think there was any connection there with the ball though, but I think the ref has his name on the sheet. Another guy who normally gets minutes and is just now seeing some here tonight, Neville.
Like for like switch, Neville on for Buckmaster. We said Maples replaced Keller. Keller actually just committed the foul over there. Maples came on for Dayon Harris. We saw down on the ground a few minutes earlier. So just clean up the substitutes here. Meanwhile, the best look San Antonio FC is going to have here at goal. A set piece just right at the edge of the box with Jorge Hernandez there.
He'd be wise to go for goal here.
Well, he could put it in from that angle. There is no question about it.
For that opposite 90. The far 90, rather. Got to get that ball perfectly right, though.
Talk about Lamani at 5'11", Shakes just 5'10". Little man's game here tonight in net. Shakes has stood tall to this point. Hernandez going for goal. Shakes parries that away. Got up in the air and volleyed forward by Greg Hurst.
Yeah, I mean, size doesn't matter too much as long as you got mad ups. Didn't have to get up on that one, though. You could see the power behind it, the fact that he had to palm it away. Sometimes you need more placement than power.
2 clean sheets on the season for Shakes, including that one a few Saturdays ago against Louisville City, who is the first club in USL Championship to claim a playoff berth. Charleston Battery is the second as they win tonight 2-1. Second team to find their way into the USL Championship playoffs.
Really nice clean tackle there from Salim. Has come in and really commanded that space.
Neville. Throw to San Antonio as it's off Jalen Lindsay.
Looking for someone to send it to.
Hernandez dragged down by Valentin Noel. Now I wouldn't be surprised if it's New Mexico trying to kill a little clock here. Look at New Mexico, 5 back. Set up here right now. Trying to get one through to Harvey Neville, and so you put 5 now in the back for New Mexico. Seymour, Keller, Maples, Kalen Ryden, and Jalen Lindsay. And you're already a man down if you're San Antonio FC at this juncture of the match too. Tall order, to say the least.
At least there's going to be some extra time. Maybe San Antonio can figure something out with that. You know, that's to be expected.
Should be a healthy amount of extra time. That.
We've seen some insane extra time added this season, almost a full quarter, it felt like at times.
Still 5 minutes and change remaining here till the full 90. Away by Patino. Bailey upfield, Hurst the turn. Mexico did have a goal taken away. An offside just moments after a goal. There's another good ball. Shakes just inside his box, taking it, breaking up the run for Santiago Patino there.
Great thing is we're seeing the wheels turning here for San Antonio. You can see the runs, you see what they're trying to do. It's just those distributions are just off the mark.
Archimede clipped by Mitchell Tainer, and a direct free kick coming on. And Tainer's going to go in the books here.
I think he might have technically been the last defender, so he's lucky for yellow. But also, I'll have to see that one back because I'm not sure that it justified a foul there either. I I think he got his foot out. I think he got his foot out in front to the ball. As you can see, it's a loose one. He gets to the ball.
He just stepped on the back of Archimedes' foot right there.
Yeah, clipped the heels, but I guess where I struggle is it wasn't intentional. So is it a foul? But a foul's a foul, isn't it?
Fifth caution of the season to Mitchell Taintor as we come down these final minutes. And again, Katie, I mean, it's not going to be consolation to SAFC or Carlos Llamosa, but even if this match stays as is, what SAFC has kind of found a little bit here with the return of Santiago Patino in the second half should get their wheels turning for a full 90 with a full 11 next Saturday night in Loudoun.
Agreed. I think it's a good time to start firing on all cylinders is that next matchup. It just seems to be one thing or another for San Antonio.
Bailey. Talon Maples. It's a giveaway. San Antonio, they cannot concede possession at this point. Seymour. Just using that physical presence and 6'1", 184 pounds, Will Seymour, 33 years old, still trucking along here for New Mexico United. 98th appearance with New Mexico. Ryden, sticking the foot out. Ryden, his 137th appearance with New Mexico in USL play. That's the most in club history.
Incredible just to have the longevity in your career to be able to hit those markers. It's both preparation and I think a little bit of luck of just evading the injuries and being able to hit numbers like that.
Shakes. You saw the footsteps of Patino, and that just gets you off your game a little bit. Deflection from Almir Soto is covered by Shakes.
When in doubt, get it out, but man, close call there for San Antonio. It's just hard to read that with the congestion, even if you're Coutinho, to get into that space. We still got some firepower on the bench with Diogo Pacheco as well, and you know, these are the moments where you might need some fresh legs.
Suahi. Back to Nemani. Well done to Nicky Hernandez. Harvey Neville. Oh, into the box, defended out again, trying to go against these 5 New Mexico defenders that have formed a fortress here in the second half.
Unlucky there, but Neville really creating stuff, and it's his movement in that space to help make things happen. Also, I think the freshness in the legs too.
Mexico makes the clearance. Landry Walker sent off in the 31st minute. Questionable red after his momentum took the New Mexico attacker down. It was the extra momentum, I think, that gave Landry Walker the red card. Unfortunately, as SAFC's been playing a man down since that point. We'll see how much added time we get here as our 4th official gets set. Let's put the board up here. 6 minutes. 6 minutes added time here at the end of the second half.
That feels short.
Neville, back post, headed away. Zico Bailey volleying it forward. San Antonio will reset. Back to the keeper, Shakes.
A lot of momentum going there for San Antonio in those final minutes. But yet again, there might be a good thing that I went out here giving them time to reset, because that's the exact moment that they kind of pay for it at the end of these games, because of course their intensity's high, everybody's up, they're trying to make something happen. That's where you get exposed.
San Antonio FC will be on the road next Saturday night in Loudoun. Back home 2 Saturdays. They'll take on Orange County SC, 7:30 here at Toyota Field. Go to sanantoniofc.com for tickets. This will be our next telecast here on FanDuel Sports Network. New Mexico snapping a shutout streak at 250 minutes. Luther Archimedes' goal in the 69th is the difference in this point. Flores Blanco. Get New Mexico spaced out a little bit. Flores Blanco's got a look. The shot blocked. And it's the feet of Hurst. He's just going to drive it forward. Forced Amani to come out. That one away from Archimedes.
Great move. But once again, we need guys taking those shots first time. I think when you have a possession style team, you're always looking for the next perfect look, and you don't get that in the box all the time.
Especially a man down as Almir Soto sends that off the New Mexico defender. Another corner for SAFC is their 6th of the evening.
I have to give Harvey Neville his flowers, though, because he's come in and he's made a lot of really good decisions. His head is up. He sees the switch. He creates movement. He makes things happen, even being as a winger. Now he's involved in the play.
Top of the box, Flores Blanco. Cut back too heavy on the touch. And to your point, Katie, probably should have taken it a half step sooner once he had made that first move.
Yeah, I mean, he's good at getting himself into scoring positions, but I also think he's that play creator player. He's not the finisher, you know, and I think it's also his first game back, so he's probably just trying to make sure he's getting a clean look there.
Halfway through the minimum 6 minutes of stoppage time. Lindsay getting it forward. Hernandez dispossessed by Jabang. Jabang taking it out. The throw here to San Antonio.
Got a big switch there with Mitchell Tainer, but he's going to go short, it looks like.
And played off of Suahi, means a throw to New Mexico United. New Mexico can taste victory. Winless in 7 straight in USL Championship play. Tonight snapping a 250-minute scoreless streak. Looking for their 4th win in the last 2 seasons against SAFC. Swept the season series last year and on the verge of sweeping the season series here once again.
New Mexico can taste victory, but San Antonio clearly has the momentum.
It's been New Mexico this season that has scored in stoppage time in the second half. 4 goals in second half stoppage time for New Mexico this year. Can San Antonio flip the tables on that here and find a desperate equalizer in these final 90 seconds? Flores Blanco going to give it a go. Blocked to Harvey Neville. That service headed out. Be another crack at it. Soto, Hernandez, Neville. That's a great ball in. Oh, that's a chance, but a foul called as Shakes got run into. And it was Abdi Salim who came crashing against the New Mexico keeper. That's a great ball, though, by Harvey Neville.
Beautiful. I mean, clockwork ball there from Neville. It's some congestion. You're going to have some banging up in there in the box. Good to see Shakes getting back up, but not once, but twice Neville was able to get past the defender and get a service in. So, again, a lot of praise for him there, having really contributed, I think, in just a few minutes.
valiant effort by SAFC, a man down here in these last few minutes, but looks like it's going to come up a little bit short here at the end. San Antonio FC will get the fortune of a free kick. Might be their last gasp.
Might want a bit of a quicker restart.
Harvey Neville's going to have one last chance. To the back post. Seymour volleys out. Back into the box. Shakes brings it down, and that should do it.
Incredible work from Shakes. Just having the wherewithal to get really far off his line, anticipating that back post run, knowing that his defense was a little bit out of shape there. So I think he took the liberty to go for that ball, and you know, it's not the biggest, fanciest save to us from that angle, but that's a great one.
New Mexico United winless no more after 7 straight matches in USL Championship. They have 3 points thanks to that man, Chris Shakes. And Luther Archimedes' goal in the 67th minute is the difference. They sweep the season series against San Antonio FC. And New Mexico has pulled level with SAFC in the Western Conference table, both on 30 points tonight, as SAFC gave it quite the effort down to man, but in the end, the visitors come away with 3 points.
Unfortunate result, but you have to hand it to San Antonio not parking the bus. They really handed it to New Mexico there in the end. It almost felt like the ball was going to fall in their favor. A couple of opportunities, but it's the timing that they got to get right for the next game. They got to get a little bit more connected, and hopefully they have some healthy bodies in the next game. But hand it to New Mexico. They did it not once, not twice, but 3 times. So is what it is.
Big win for New Mexico. Has had San Antonio's number the last couple of seasons. SAFC winless now in 6 consecutive USL Championship matches, still looking for that first win since July the 12th. Tonight it goes New Mexico's way. San Antonio will be in Loudon next Saturday, 5 o'clock on ESPN Plus, and back here on FanDuel Sports Network against Orange County on September the 20th. For Katie Goodman, Ashby Habits, our entire crew, I'm Dan White saying so long. Your final, San Antonio falls to New Mexico United 1-0. This has been a presentation of USL Championship and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede. He's trying to get the pass off before too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Archimede, his first goal since joining New Mexico, is a big one in the 67th minute. And the visitors lead at Toyota Field 1-0.
Tough giveaway in the bad spot, exposes San Antonio in the back. And then you look at Namani, he's coming off his line. He's there ready to intercept that, but it's that wide touch there from Archimede. Too many yellow jerseys get back.
Archimede, past Namani, Archimede gives New Mexico the lead. Luther Hernandez, that back post, and Suahi went down, was looking for the penalty, and Suahi will get a yellow for dissent after not receiving the call.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, understandably so, but we'll have to look back and see that one. Looked like there was a bit of a shove. This ball is played in, not a ton of leverage, but he's not even able.
Hernandez, that back post, and Suahi went down, was looking for the penalty, and Suahi will get a yellow for dissent after not receiving the call.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, understandably so, but we'll have to look back and see that one. Looked like there was a bit of a shove. This ball is played in, not a ton of leverage, but he's not even able.
Hernandez, that back post, and Suahi went down, was looking for the penalty, and Suahi will get a yellow for dissent after not receiving the call.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, understandably so, but we'll have to look back and see that one. Looked like there was a bit of a shove. This ball is played in, not a ton of leverage, but he's not even able.
Hernandez, that back post, and Suahi went down, was looking for the penalty, And Suahi will get a yellow for dissent after not receiving the call.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, understandably so, but we'll have to look back and see that one. Looked like there was a bit of a shove. This ball is played in, not a ton of leverage, but he's not even able.
Championship, either something's going to break or we're going to have a 0-0 draw here tonight.
Well, if we do, it's probably going to be in the 90th minute.
There's a foul back through the middle of the park, and Greg Hurst got clipped up late. I think we're going to get another. Oh, yeah, it was a yellow. For a moment, I thought we were going to see red.
I thought that was a red. You can already see it. The game's opened up a lot.
Hernandez tripped up there by Rivas, and Rivas will go in the books. In the 38th minute.
This is going to be one of those card-happy matches for sure. You can already see it. The game's opened up a lot.
Hernandez tripped up there by Rivas, and Rivas will go in the books. In the 38th minute.
This is going to be one of those card-happy matches for sure. You can already see it. The game's opened up a lot.
Hernandez tripped up there by Rivas, and Rivas will go in the books. In the 38th minute.
This is going to be one of those card-happy matches for sure. You can already see it. The game's opened up a lot.
Hernandez tripped up there by Rivas, and Rivas will go in the books. In the 38th minute.
This is going to be one of those card-happy matches for sure.
It's another foul on New Mexico. San Antonio wants a caution to be issued here. And Hurst shown yellow, or Zico Bailey rather, shown yellow. It's another foul on New Mexico. San Antonio wants a caution to be issued here. And Hurst shown yellow, or Zico Bailey rather, shown yellow. It's another foul on New Mexico. San Antonio wants a caution to be issued here. And Hurst shown yellow, or Zico Bailey rather, shown yellow. It's another foul on New Mexico. San Antonio wants a caution to be issued here. And Hurst shown yellow, or Zico Bailey rather, shown yellow. Right in. Hard challenge there, and looked like it was, you get a yellow on Patino. I think he went cleats in there on Kip Keller, and I think.
Yeah, 2 cleats in, which is a big no-no.
And I mean, he might be fortunate he's only getting yellow.
Yeah.
Right in. Hard challenge there, and looked like it was, you get a yellow on Patino. I think he went cleats in there on Kip Keller, and I think.
Yeah, 2 cleats in, which is a big no-no.
And I mean, he might be fortunate he's only getting yellow.
Yeah.
Right in. Hard challenge there, and looked like it was, you get a yellow on Patino. I think he went cleats in there on Kip Keller, and I think.
Yeah, 2 cleats in, which is a big no-no.
And I mean, he might be fortunate he's only getting yellow.
Yeah.
Right in. Hard challenge there, and looked like it was, you get a yellow on Patino. I think he went cleats in there on Kip Keller, and I think.
Yeah, 2 cleats in, which is a big no-no.
And I mean, he might be fortunate he's only getting yellow.
Yeah.
So now
Even
Patino.
Zico having a couple words with them, like, come on.
We take a look at it again. Yeah, there are the cleats right in there.
Right into the shin.
High up on the shins there, Keller, who needs a moment.
Now he's got a target on his back.
So you see Chris Gloucester saying, hey, don't do that. Zico Bailey as well. Archimede clipped by Mitchell Tainer. And a direct free kick coming on